So as you all know, we have successfully finished 15 units. And now we have started with unit 16. This is the last block. This is the block 5 of unit 16. So with this unit 16, we'll be learning about human resource information. Human resource information is basically the feature that reduces the workload of HR teams and executives and increase effectiveness. So basically what we can say that it's a technology-based system, which is to acquire, store, manipulate, analyze, and retrieve and distribute pertinent information regarding an organization's human resources. So this is according to Tenenbaum in 1990. So let us understand what are the objectives of HRIS. So human resource system meaning is the objective is it has to be holistically providing information, and it should technologically be accurate and dependable and decision making, and it should implement it more effectively and efficiently. So let's understand what is the need for the HRIS. So the need for HRIS is to handle large volume of data where it is not easy to handle large amount of data, and we should ensure that the data relevance needs to be developed and it should be handled, and unifying scattered data as well. Unified scattered data, it is not easy to flow to the areas of decision making at the right time and the right quantity. So you should be providing an integrated system, which is essential to create interlinked databases. Quick and accurate analysis. What is quick and accurate analysis is, you know, for example, consider a simple decision like making a canteen facility effective. The data required will be how many shifts or how many employees in each shift, or how many executives, what time of employees are permitted to visit the canteen, what are their preferences, and how many say the service is satisfactory, and what suggestions are given over a period of time to improvement in services. So that is quick and accurate analysis. Quick and efficient sharing is where each department will be guarded its data in the name of secrecy and does not reveal easy with others. So generally policies and procedures will be set in place for sharing information. So despite that, due to information efficiencies and egos, data will be hidden totally and partially, and it may result in information sclerosis. A database will access passwords, on the other hand, permits efficient and quick data sharing. So strategy making as well. So strategy making can be done on computers with multimedia features more efficiently than a team of planning professionals. So this is how you bring up human resource information systems because we require this. We need HRIS for a stronger and larger organizations for these many reasons: for efficient sharing, for strategy making, accurate analysis, unifying scattered data, and handling large volumes of data. Coming to the levels of HRIS, there are, like, as you can see, there is lower, middle, and top levels where operational HRIS is also known as transactional processing. It supports routine and repetitive decision making. So this is operational HRIS. Employee information system. Employee information system is a key part of information system. It is about employee. It includes all kinds of personal and professional details. So operational HRIS is about decision making, repetitive. Under that, you have a lot of subsystems The first subsystem is employee information system, where the information system becomes a key part of the information system. It is about employees. It includes all kinds of personal and professional details, which including name and address and gender and minority and citizenship, education and all. Then you have under operation HRIS, you have eh, employee, one thing that we learned. Second is position control, and the next is performance management system. So the position is basically the job titles, and the performance management system is about meeting the standards and secure incentives. Then you have tactical HRIs. Under tactical HRIs, you have job analysis and design information system, where you will be learning about the levels of each jobs, the responsibility and the accountability. This basic thing is the specifications of the job, the information of the job design. The recruitment information system is the internal information required that many company policies and preferences, vacancy positions descriptions. Then you have employee training and development systems about the trainees, trainers, the policies, the budget, and the feedback. The compensation and benefits information system. The compensation benefit is which is what is offered to the employees and the services that they are rendering in the organizations in the form of wages, incentives, allowances, and benefits to services, and also benefits to the retired employees. So there are subsystems as well in that. That is time and labor management, where the data is directly fed to the payroll, and the payroll and benefits where allowances and incentives, retirement bonuses, and investments are being handled. Then you have employee interference, where the HRIS packages allow limited user access. Then you have strategic HRIS, and then you also have subsystems in that, that is manpower negotiation and monitoring as well. So manpower planning is about adding new products. Negotiation is mutual understandings in the bed of, resolving differences or conflicts. Monitoring is monitoring the behavior, relations, and the performances. So let us understand the advantages of HRIS. That means providing information for decision making, saving costs, like providing information in decision making, that it provides rapid, accurate, and effective information. It also saves costs and time regarding the storage of data, improved productivity in terms of like, for example, time taken for payroll processing and benefits administration can be drastically reduced by the software program. Then you have increases competitive advantages. Then you have quick decision making, and then you have free from errors and supports better compliance. That is, HRIS can provide guidance to such type of mistakes that can improve compliances, and specific rules and regulations are being given. Then you have types of HR analytics, where you have HR analytics, also called as talent or people analytics, in the systems identification and quantifications of the people drivers of business outcomes. Like, for example, time to fill job requisition, number of people trained, the number of people with certain competencies, last year's attrition, all those things. So the basic, the challenge of human resource analytics can be summarized like the descriptive analysis, diagnostic analytical analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. So let us understand that descriptive analytics is where you have access to the dashboard or a report that shows the number of percentages that people that might have left the organization of the past year, broken down by business units. Diagnostic analytics is the reason are like, say, heavy workload, poor working conditions, or salaries. Predictive analytics is, for example, a company makes a forecast of which salespeople are likely to resign within the next 90 days. Prescriptive analytics is, for example, it is predictive that the productivity falls in the future Managers may recommend a particular training regime to be offered in employees as a specific time. So the examples of HR analytics is the ratio of HR professionals to employees. It is a measure that shows HR's most efficiency, an organization with fully developed analytical capabilities. Just one second. Offer acceptance ratio, time to hire, cost per hire, revenue absenteeism. All this is to ensure that the department is effective and there is a lot of attrition in high and low performers, and ensuring that the indicators that they have a benchmark for the effectiveness. Right. So this was about HRIS. And the next we move on to HR accounting. So human resource accounting. So human resource accounting, it's like a trend, which because that is what is happening in the in the organizations where you are having standard accounting principles. So basically, HR accounting is the process of developing financial assessments for people within organizations and society. One second. Objectives of HRA, that is human resource analysis accounting. Let us understand the objectives of human resource accounting. The first one is human assets ignored. Like every organization consists of two kinds of aspects, that is human aspects and physical aspects. So such conventional accounting, the physical, the financial are taken into consideration. So no efforts is made in case of human resources. The next objectives is cost concept is improper. The money is spent in the form of wages and salaries, incentives, bonuses, and recruiting and training and so on is created as a cost and charged to current revenue. Distortion in valuation, the physical assets like plant, machinery, and materials will remain as resources and can never become productive through initiative and effort of human resources. Therefore, computation of value of firm without taking into the value of human assets will distort the total valuation of the firm. So this is the comparison between management of physical and human assets, where physical assets is about fixed and current assets, and human assets is about employees, permanent employees and the temporary employees. Then you have to where the maintenance cost to slow down to obsolete and face breakdowns. But here, training and development cost to avoid obsolescence, engagement, and strategy to reduce absentees and attritions. Physical assets are the ones which is operating costs, but over here you have retention costs and the depression funds as well. Basic premises of HRA. Let us understand the basic premises of HRA. There is the valuable resources to similar to physical assets and measured in a distinct way, quantitative measurement, such measurement which is useful for decision making, effectiveness and efficiency of human resource depend on the way that they are managed. So basically, the basic premises means the discipline that HRA has, and it is being developed based on the following assumptions. It is presumed that human resources valuable, similar to physical assets, can be treated as an asset and can be measured using quantitative methods. So it is also useful to managers in their short-term and long-term decision making. Like the ones that I've just read out, like measured in a distinct way, is it is possible to separate and measure the contribution of physical and human assets as the benefits of are most economic in nature, and the quantitative measurements is human resources quantitative, as people have knowledge, they have skills, they have emotions, and they have attitude. So such measurement is useful to managerial decision making in respect of planning, evaluating human resources, and predicting the organization performance. High performance organization consists of people who are self-motivated and talented, where you're creating such an organization requires conscious investment in right people in each and every step of human resource management, such as recruiting, developing, and utilizing employees. HRA can be of great help in this regard. So with this, let's understand the significance of HRA. What is the significance of HRA is that it is people conscious culture. That is, it is a human resource that can animate or give life to organizations, properly selected, matured, and empowered employees that can transform organizations from efficient one to excellent ones and produce superlative performance. Better management of people, that means perform, because with the help of performance appraisal system that can assist them to create the performance teams, and HRA supports employee appraisals as well. Better management of people, where HRA is developed, it is the performance appraisal system, a logical basis for decision making, transfers, training, promotion, and retrenchment of human resources, realization of potential, that is HR accounting makes each and every worker recognize his contribution, such as awareness of helping employees in two ways, that is in improving talents and increasing performance, exercise good bargaining power in negotiations, building strong organizations, change management, and reporting to stakeholders. Building strong organizations means keeping the long term in view. Such organizations can only meet only current performance, but also future performance. Change management is they welcome change and they play active role in the change process. Reporting to stakeholders means, they report as a result of the company operations at the end of every financial year to shareholders, investors, and creditors. So towards the end of the year, they have to meet all these people in order to look for a comprehensive and realistic information that includes human resources. Let us understand the methods of HRA. Now, the methods of HRA is monetary approaches and non-monetary approaches. So monetary approaches are what? They access the economic value of human resource in monetary terms. And non-monetary approaches is they measure the economic value of human resources. So the monetary approach can be categorized into two methods, that is human resource cost accounting and human resource value accounting. So let us understand human resource cost accounting can be defined in terms of sacrifice made, something foregone to acquire a service, an anticipated benefit or a thing. Benefits or return from the cost can be deferred and extended over a period of time. Ever since the idea of human resource as an asset considered valuation, recognition by the accounting community is based on the cost to arrive at the value of human resources. So this is the cost-based methods of HRA, where you have a method which is developed by, and then this is the concept that, basically is what is being presented to us. Then you have value-based methods of HRA, this is the model and which is developed by And this is the concept of it. Cost-based approaches, cost-based approaches, as you have understood, is the mostly on expenditures incurred. Only the opportunity cost method looks at the current price of an employee in the market. So let us take an analytical tool at the different methods. The first is the original cost historical cost methods. It adopts the conventional accounting procedure to determine the value of human assets. The various costs incurred on human resource are accounted for. So the cost can be broadly classified into two categories, that is the acquisition costs and the learning costs. The acquisition cost is the cost of the process of recruitment, selection, placement, induction, and orientations, which are considered. The learning cost, on the other hand, includes the training and development expenditures. The costs are capitalized and written off and over the expected useful tenure of human resources. So, if an employee leaves the organization before the expected period of service, the balance of amount not written off is charged against the income of current year. And in some cases, the period of services can be extended, then the amortization of the cost is rescheduled accordingly. So HRA, human resource accounting is mostly developed by all the expenditures that are incurred. So that is what we're learning about the significance and the objectives of HRA. Replacement cost method is the method which involves measurement of the expenditure required to replace the existing employees in terms of proficiency and familiarity within the organization. So cost can be personal and it can be positional as well. So personal is what a talented person leaves an organization and effort will be made to hire a person who has the same level of talent. If such a person is available, then the cost of replacement is the cost of recruitment and selection. Positional is refers to the services and not to personal abilities relating to a position. It is the cost of replacing the set of services expected to be provided by an employee in the present and future positions. Opportunity cost method. This is based on the view that the real cost of an employee is the highest salary an employee is willing to pay for his distinct knowledge, skills, and experiences. The high value can be assessed by a competitive building process based on their perceived values. Different employees or individual departments or divisions within a company offers different pay levels. Among them is the highest. Standard cost method is compares the actual cost with the standard cost and identify variances. The system as such helps planning. The standard costs are determined for activities like recruitment, hiring, training, and developing the employees. Value-based approaches is having discussed the cost-based methods which focuses on the expenditure. So let us now look at the value-based approaches which aim at finding the value of human resource employed by an organization. The first is the unpurchased goodwill model. The unpurchased goodwill model, according to Hermanson, is the value of human resource of an organization is equal to the capitalized earning in excess of normal earnings for the industry. For example, let us consider A, the industry average earning. The earnings of firm A over the last 5 years on its owned assets is 18%. The earnings in excess of industry average is 18 minus 10 is 8%. The owned assets of the firm is A is 20 lakhs. Earnings in excess of normal earnings is 20 lakh into 8 is equal to 16,000. So taking the industry average earnings of 10%. So let us capitalize as earning a capitalized value of the excess earnings is 16,000 divided by 0.10 is what is the result that you're getting. So basically, this unpurchased goodwill model is based on the historical values. It does not give the value of specific employees. The adjusted discounted furniture wage model is where you compute the efficiency ratio. With this, let's understand the advantages and weaknesses of HRA. HRA advantages is useful information for decision making, making SWOT analysis to gain strategic advantage, evaluate effectiveness of HR policies, useful guide to investors, increases retention and attraction of competent people. Weakness is problem in measurement, uncertainty in employee retention, right? So, but how to make it very effective is selling the data of HRA to stakeholders, giving them clarity regarding the methods of assessment, where the method should be free from limitations, establishing human resource system where the storing of data is on a continual basis, implementing through joint committees, where you're having joint action committees may be formed, and you have establishing report procedures where you will lay out procedures that will improve acceptance of the system and reports. Now coming to the last one, that is HR audit. Human resource audit is, basically a series of a systematic formal procedures designed to evaluate and improve in the efficiency and effectiveness of a company's human resource management system by comparing the latter with relevant internal and external benchmark and evaluating in appropriateness for implementing the firm's strategies. Its features is it's voluntary. That is in case of financial accounts. However, managements have realized the needs and taken up HR audit voluntary. It is analytical, investigates, and comparative, and it has tools of control. Human resource audit objectives is to review HR functions, to communicate with employees, to ensure better coordination among units, to motivate employees in sense that how you're able to influence and motivate employees and what are the actions of these decentralized organizations units, which is in accordance with central organizations, which helps employees and managers to reorient to good performance and results, and which is aimed to view as an opportunity for taking corrective action required to secure results. So let us understand the scope. Scope is which elements of HR functions comes under audit. So here is the list, which is only indicative and it is not exhaustive. So department organizational structure and roles is the structure of the department, the role of the staff. HRP is forecasting, inventory, all these things where you can read through. In compensation, what comes? Wage, salary, bonus. Training and development is training, scheduling, implementation, performance, employee motivation. So basically what comes under what is all these things that are there. And the levels of HRA, that is human resource audit, also have strategic level. In the strategic level where you are learning about the SWOT analysis, the functional level where you're learning about whether your organization is meeting the results and how to improve the results. In the middle level, you are basically focusing on the implementation of the policies. So HR audit process is to determine the scope, gather the data. Determining the scope is basically the record keeping. Basically you are able to develop plans and programs and chart out audit procedures, and you're able to gather the data and analyze the data, that is the priorities, the staff pattern and issues and everything. The report, basic thing is the report for line managers and for HR functions, HR managers, what kind of HR report is to be prepared to devoted to different audiences like line managers, examples of duties like interviewing applicants, training employees, evaluating performance, motivating these workers and satisfying employee needs are very, very important for line managers. And for HR functions is the information of training and development along the recommendations for more programs to develop, optimizing supervisors and managers. HR managers is the review of departments and objectives and their implementations. So basically this was about HR. This was about the fifth block, which was very, very easy, right? So with this, we have ended the HR class. All right. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt, please contact your sir so that I can forward all the PPT.